Well, it looks like it is about time for me to do another episode of Would You Rather. So, welcome back to episode 5, I believe, of Would You Rather. And real quick, the last one that I uploaded didn't publish all the way or had a couple failings, which I wish I could say is a rarity here on the YouTubes, but it's actually quite perpetual. So please do me a quick favor and just click that first link in the description. I will be eternally grateful. I'll give you like 2 seconds right now. Go. I think I made it too long. Actually, I was trying to count 2 seconds on my recording bar thing, but I have it set to such a really close view that it's almost difficult. It's like hitting that thing at Chuck E. Cheese where it goes around the light circle and you have to hit it to win the tickets, you know? Do you know what I'm saying? Someone's got to know that game. Oh, that was like a gambling addict problem for children, where you just go in there and piss away all of your tokens on this stupid game where you just tried to smack the light at the right time and win a worthless prize like a cloth ring or a lizard. I don't even know. Anyway, so whole point of these is for me to do Would You Rather. So let's get into it. Number 1. Would you rather fight Jackie Chan or fight Jet Li? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and rephrase this question in a different way that pretty much explains the same thing. Whose hands would I prefer to die at? Which one of these Asian gentlemen would I prefer to steal the light from my eyes and leave me dead in a gutter somewhere, just teeth broken, just arms shattered? Because you wouldn't fight Jackie Chan or Jet Li. Like, I could imagine like a scenario where maybe if I snuck up on him and I hit him in the back of the head with like a 2x4 or stabbed him with an ice pick, yeah, I can win that kind of fight, you know? But if it's me squared off against Jet Li, like Mortal Kombat style, I'm gonna last like however long I can run away from him until he catches me, which is going to be really fast because I'm phenomenally slow and he's Asian. He's got that lithe, moving ability about him. So if I'm going to die, I'm going to go all out and say Jet Li. 27% said Jet Li, so I guess that means I made the right decision in picking the more brutal guy. Would you rather live happily ever after with your favorite romance novel hero, or live happily ever after with your favorite movie/TV show hero? Oh man, let me just sift through my memory and see if I can pick out just one character from all of those romantic novels that I've read that really is just, you know, I love. And of all those romantic novels that I read daily, so much experience to draw back on for this question. So, I'm going to have to go with the TV show movie thing because I'm not one of those people who takes pride in the fact that they don't read, because that's a pet peeve of mine when people are like, reading, that's for chumps. like really? That's like wearing a t-shirt that says, laugh at me, I'm stupid. Like, I'm too stupid to know I'm stupid should be the bumper sticker that people who have that attitude should have emblazoned on the back of their cars. But I don't read any romance novels, so I'm going to go with favorite TV show. And at this current juncture, my favorite TV show is I can't say a cartoon one. I'm really liking Archer right now. Archer is really funny, but I guess I'd say right now my favorite show is Workaholics. I'm just loving it. Or, I guess, I can't really live happily ever after with any of them because they're all men. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't think myself nor any of those cast members are gay. Yeah, pretty sure about that. I could check. Yep, not gay. Sorry about that. But I guess I'd have to do another good show. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That way I could at least live happily ever after with a female member of the cast, which would be Dee, even though she is rather irritating. But I guess that's part of the challenge. So, movie, TV show, 80%. I guess that just goes to show that the users of this site do not properly appreciate the art form that is romantic novel creation. Alright. Would you rather feel like you have to sneeze all the time, or feel like you're about to fall all the time? Well, I mean, when you're sitting down, you can't fall. I mean, you can fall, but you gotta try to fall almost when you're sitting down. And I spend a lot of my time sitting down. So I think I'm going to go with the fall, and also because you can't hide a sneeze. If you're in that mid-sneeze range where you're about to sneeze but not quite, people can tell. It's quite apparent on your face. You have that look of just beating, pounding right there on the door of ecstasy, wanting to let that mucus fly forth from your nasal cavity just all over the place. But you can't, because it just won't come, and it just won't come. We've all felt that frustration, right? Yeah? More than one context? Who knows? Maybe that was an intended joke. But I would have to say, feel like you're going to fall, because you can hide that. If you're a really confident dude, you can be like, yeah, whatever, I just fell. Don't give a shit, man. But if you're walking around constantly with a sneezy face on, you're not going to make any friends. Simple as that. Alright, and it would appear that 51% of people disagree with me, / are retarded. So, 49%, well done. You're objectively right. If you had to wake up to one thing every day, would you rather be deeply insulted by a stranger or be slapped across the face? This isn't even a question. You can become immune to being deeply insulted by a stranger. Like, you can get to the point where you're so calloused and you don't care, and you're like, oh yeah, what do you have for me today, Ted? Or Bob? Or Sam? I don't know why they're all mean males. We can throw Tiffany in there, although Tiffany isn't a very imposing name. But who knows, maybe a bitch named Tiffany creeps up on your doorstep every morning and is like, you're a faggot! Or says something deeply insulting, which I don't even know what that would constitute. But, I mean, you can grow just accustomed to that and be like, oh yeah, what do you have for me today? Oh really? That's interesting. I'm a complete douche, apparently. But being slapped in the face, that's like an every morning dread kind of thing. Like, I could not motivate myself to get up and go to class, to get up and go to work, to get up and want to do anything if at every juncture leaving my home would entail, like, bam, slapped in the face. Like, that would not be fun. That would be pretty terrible, and you can't get used to that. Like, you'd always walk around with a red cheek. So I'm going to go with deeply insulted because... What? 53% of people said they'd rather be slapped across the face. Is your self-esteem, is your perception of yourself so frail and just fragile and contingent on what other people think about you that you would rather get slapped in the face every morning than suffer an insult? How pathetic do you have to be? How freaking pathetic do you have to be to care so much about your ego that you can't possibly weather the incredible storm that would be an insult? You little wussy. Wow. All of you. Each and every one. All 7,474 of you. Alright. Would you rather be smart and unlucky or be dumb and really lucky? I mean, as much of a big deal as people make luck sound in life, I mean, it really isn't. It can't be, because, I mean, there's no such thing as luck. You can believe in it all you want, but it's not really there. And so people really make themselves based on who they are as a person, not really so much on luck. I mean, I guess you could say luck for certain situations, like, hey, being born in a white, affluent family seems to be making me, quote, lucky when I'm being an elected politician later in life or something along those lines. But I would rather be smart and unlucky, because then at least I would be smart enough to brood on my own dissatisfaction, and everybody takes a little bit of solace when they're complaining. I mean, that's the fun of it, you know? Everybody likes to complain a little bit. Just get it off your chest. So, smart and unlucky for me. And it would appear once again, with the same percentages as last time, that 53% of people disagree and are silly and stupid. Why would you want to be dumb and really lucky? You would be... Why? Why would you willingly impose ignorance on yourself? That's silly. That's silliness, you guys. Silliness, I say to the users of this site. Alright. Would you rather never be able to wear shoes or never be able to touch anything red? Well, shoes are a really big part of my day because I do walk around a lot, and unfortunately my tender little feet aren't very accustomed to being pounded with gravel and the other nasty things that roam outside on the road, broken bottles and whatnot. Snakes! Wizards! So, I need shoes. And as far as red, I'm looking around my apartment right now, and I don't see a single red thing here. Even Xbox controllers, they make red ones, but nobody has red Xbox controllers, and if they do, I'll just be like, oh, no worries, bro, I'll just go get my own. And, I mean, I have a parking cone in here, but that's more of orange, so I can still touch that. Yeah, definitely. If it were like blue or black or gray or some really severe color, that would be pretty difficult. But not touching red, I'll steer clear of Corvette dealerships, so sue me. Alright. I'd rather not be able to touch anything red. Alright, we're on the same page here, users of this website. We're doing well. On to the next question. If you and a sibling are kidnapped... Oh, I think I did this one, actually. Where you would live and let your sibling die, or die to save your sibling. As idealistic as I would like to say I would die to save my sibling, I would probably say that I would try my very best to live, and I would expect my siblings to do the same. So, let's move on to the next one, since I've answered that before. Would you rather have the ability to pull out of your pockets the exact change needed for any purchase, or have the ability to discreetly read minds? I don't know how you can what does that mean to discreetly read a mind? Like, that's completely subjective. Like, I could be reading someone's mind, sitting on my couch, like, discreetly, like, oh, I'm reading that guy's mind, he doesn't even know, he doesn't have a clue. Or I could be a lunatic, dancing around the public square, just yelling and hooting and just making a bunch of noise, and still reading everybody's mind. Am I only able to do it if I'm discreet? Is that the power? Like, the second that I get a little bit rowdy, my power just fades away? That's a pretty silly contingency, if you ask me, author of this question. And the ability to pull exact change out of your pockets? I mean, what kind of purchases are we talking about? If there's like $1 limit and it's like, oh, you can only buy Reese's Fast Breaks and Snickers and sodas from gas stations, and we like, whoop-de-doo, I can pull $1.09 out of my pocket and change on the spot. But if it's like I can go to a Ferrari dealership and reach into some sort of vortex into a vast cosmos full of coins wherein I can grab as much as I want and hurl it at the dealership guy until he gives me the car, then yeah, I'm taking that one. Actually, either way, regardless, I'd still take the read minds, because think of how much fun you could have with that. So much fun. 70% say read minds. Good for you guys. Good for you. At least you were right on that one. So, yeah. Let's end on a good note, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you would once again do me that favor, if you made it this far, to rate the video and check out that other link in the description. Description isn't a very good shortening of the word description, by virtue of the fact that I just had to take an extra few seconds to explain myself, and thus rendering the entire shortening of the word redundant. Not redundant, but ridiculous, more likely. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. Talk to you guys later.